Hey everyone, welcome back to ML Works. In this video, we'll be understanding the core concept behind linear regression with a simple example. So let's start with a problem statement. Consider you are a teacher and you have some data about your students. So this is how the data looks like. You have one feature and a target variable. Now you have a new student who is arriving and who studies for 6 hours. Now you have to predict what would be his score. Now this is where linear regression comes into picture because linear regression tries to solve problem where the target variable is continuous in nature. For example, exam score. So let's understand linear regression's main idea, which is to find a line that best describes the relationship between input and output, which is the R studied and exam score. So the line equation is pretty simple, which is y is equal to mx plus b, and it looks like this simple plot, which is a straight line. So in this equation, we have a bunch of variables we need to understand. So y is equal to mx plus b, where y is equal to prediction, which is exam score that we want to predict, and x is the input feature, which is the number of hours the student studies, m is the slope, and b is the intercept. Now basically the machine learning model is simply trying to understand the values of m and b from the data. Because we already know what is input feature, we just have to calculate m and b with the help of machine learning model such that we can make the prediction for that specific data point. Now suppose the model has already learned and we have something like y is equal to 10x plus 30, which would look like this. When you plot it for x is equal to 0, we get y is equal to 30, and at y is equal to 0, we get x is equal to minus 3. Now if you have a student who studied for 6 hours, if you put that value here, you will get something like y is equal to 90, which basically means that the model predicts a score of 90 if the student studies for 6 hours. Now let's understand few more things inside the equation, which is slope and intercept. So slope tells us how much does the output change when the input increases by 1 unit. So in our case, we have our hours studied as the input. If you increase the number of hours by 1 unit, which is like 1 hour is increased, so how much does the score will change? So in our case, where y is equal to 10x plus 30, our slope is 10. So which translates to every additional hour the student studies, the predicted score increases by 10. If you study for one more hour, you will be increasing your score by 10. Okay, this makes the model very interpretable. Now let's talk about the intercept, which is basically a point where x is equal to 0. So in our case, when you put x is equal to 0 here, we get y is equal to 30, which translates to a model predicts a score of 30 even if the student studies for 0 hours. This statement could be true or false based on the scenarios. So mathematically saying, intercept helps in positioning the line. We can move the line up and down based on the intercept value. So now let's talk about real world data, which is always messy. So consider we have a bunch of data points where we have exam score which doesn't look aligned to the R studied. So when we plot this one, we won't be getting the line which will be aligned with the data points. So how do we select the best line in this scenario? So this is where the concept of best fit line comes into picture. So let's understand best fit line. So consider we have a bunch of data points and we have R studied on the x-axis and exam score on the y-axis. Now if you try to understand best fit line, it tries to say only one thing, that it has to find a line such that the distance between the line and the data point is as low as possible. So the line that gets as close as possible to all the data point becomes our best fit line. Once we find the best fit line, then we have to measure the error. So here, consider we have an actual score of 70 and the model predicts a score of 65. Then we get an error of 5. Now this error is called as residual or prediction error. So why not just add the errors? So if we have seen here, this is for one data point. Let's assume this is for one data point, this one. we have some different set of errors for each data points. So why can't we just add this total error to get the best fit line? Okay, so what will happen? Let's see. So consider we have two data points whose actual score is 70 and 50, and you predicted a score with the model 65 and 55. Now you get the errors plus 5 and minus 5. So on adding them, you get an error of 0. So some might think this is the perfect model since the error is 0. So this understanding is quite incorrect, because at the end of the day we still have the error plus 5 and minus 5. It doesn't represent that our model is perfect. So to overcome this or to fix this, we have to square the errors such that we end up getting positive values. So we have 25 if we square 5, and if we square minus 5 we get 25. Both becomes positive and we represent the error correctly now. So how does the linear regression arrive at the best fit line? So this is where we have to understand the concept of MSE, which is the measure of model quality. So MSE is equal to 1 by n summation of ground truth minus the predicted score, the whole square. So it basically means we first compute the error, which is this one, we subtract them, we square them, and then we average them. At the end of the day, what we want is from the MSE is that we want a smaller value of MSE such that we get a best model. So consider our line equation is y is equal to mx plus b, and before we train, we set the values of m and b some random value. So let's assume that it is slope is 2 and our intercept is 1. So what we do is we put some value for x, we calculate the MSE, and then we adjust the slope and intercept. So when we say adjust slope and intercept, we basically mean that we want to make use of gradient descent to arrive at adjusted value of slope and intercept. So let's assume we have already applied gradient descent and we have adjusted the slope and intercept value. Now we repeat this continuously until we get the smallest possible error, which is the MSE. So now let's talk about real world example, which is the house price. So consider we want to predict a house price, and you are given a data set where you have the square feet size and then price, and you have 1000, we have 200k, 1500 square feet 280k, and 2000 square feet 360k. You apply your linear regression model and you get your linear equation, which is price is equal to 160 into size plus 40,000. Your 40,000 is the intercept, 160 is the slope. Now consider we have a new house whose size is 2500 square feet. You take this linear equation, you apply it, and you get a price of 440k. So basically it translates to we predict a price of 440 for 2500 square feet. So now let's talk about the advantages and limitations. So some of the advantages include that the linear regression is simple and fast, meaning that you don't have to perform any major math calculation or matrix calculation, and it is easy to understand and interpret. You can easily explain which feature is contributing towards the target, and it is a great baseline to start with. So if you have any regression problem, you can make use of linear regression algorithm first, and based on the baseline score you can increase the complexity of the model that you use. Now coming to the limitations, a major limitation of linear regression is that it assumes that there is a linear relationship between input and output, which is basically not correct when it comes to real world scenario, because most of the data that we see in real world is containing complex pattern which cannot be captured by linear regression. So this is with respect to the limitation. So with that, we are at the end of the video. So we have understood exactly the core concept, which is the best line fit and MSE, and we'll be talking about gradient descent in the next video. So for now, this is the end. Thank you for watching.